Welcome, YouTube community. Welcome to a Nerdy Collective show. And now that I got you, welcome everybody. How you doing tonight? We got another Nerdy Collective show. We have another special guest for you tonight this week. I want to say thanks, Sam. It's nice to see you in the chat tonight. It's a slow burn tonight, I think. So without further ado, got my co-host on tonight. Boom, here you go.
YouTubians, stop picking your nose. Pay attention. The Nerdy Collective show is on.
Monty, you're awesome, buddy. How you doing? Now, without further ado, we have another guest, another co-host tonight. Jeff won't be making it tonight. He's got to work tonight, so hopefully we'll catch him next week. So here's my other good buddy. What to do?
Yes, what's going on, comic fam?
He will not show his face, so it's all good, buddy. How you doing? I love it.
Doing well. Just showing a little horror love.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome.
Creepy clowns.
Awesome. Hey, it was good. Stevie, that was actually a good book from Stephen King. I couldn't believe it. So how you doing, Monty? What's the Deuce?
I'm doing great.
How are you guys?
Well.
Good week? You guys have a good week? Anything new?
Oh, tough week, but good week.
Yeah, yeah, tell me about it. Same thing here. Yeah, how are you, Monty?
Hot, tough week, but ended it off on a Friday with a signing.
Excellent. You want to tell people about it?
Yeah, Sam De La Rosa. He is the inker from Venom Lethal Protector, was in our neck of the woods this week. And he stopped by my comic shop, and I've known Sam for a while, and I've become pretty good friends with him. Well, I wouldn't say pretty good. I'd say real good. And everyone knows that Venom 200 came out this Wednesday.
Yes, it did.
And there is like 5,000 different covers.
Only 5,000?
Yeah, only 5,000 this week. But he is signing all the covers, and I got quite a few covers and got them all signed and everything. So,
that's pretty cool. Very.
We can show those off a little later when we have time, or
yeah, absolutely. How about you, bud?
I have just been working.
I'm having a problem. Why am I not seeing my? Why is it? Why did it go on there? That doesn't make any sense. Why am I not seeing? That is really weird. My live show just went under a different name.
Really?
Uh-oh.
I'm a little frustrated right now. Why did it go underneath that? That doesn't make any sense. There's two settings there. This is for next week. This isn't the right one. This is the setup. That's frustrating.
Well, it shows that we're live, but are we? I mean, I'm sure we are.
Yeah, we're live. and I'm missing everybody in the chat because I didn't see anybody in the chat. My
talking.
titling is for a week out. This is frustrating. Now this all has to be redone later. I'm embarrassed.
No, don't be, man. If you want to restart, rock it. I mean,
No, I can't restart because it's going under the different title on my YouTube channel. That doesn't make sense.
Gotcha.
What it did is it went on to the. All right. 30 seconds. Why is it not? It never went under that. That's dumb. Really dumb. Okay. Well.
Technical difficulties happen, man. It goes on, It is what it is.
Yeah, but that's frustrating. It's going under a totally different title. That's frustrating.
I get it. I understand.
Technical difficulties happen.
Sorry, guys.
All the time. Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
Why do you think they cut and shoot movies all the time? They cut and cut and cut and reshoot and cut and cut and reshoot nonstop.
Somebody's scissor happy. They like cutting.
There's that. There's also the fact
I've seen there's a different live feed saying it's going on now. All right, everybody in the chat, this is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing because this is not cool. I got the different titling is for next week. This is not for this week. Why did you do that?
Sneak preview.
This is a sneak preview, but to the wrong guest. All right.
Well, it
all
can
right,
be fixed.
Let's continue. I'll have to redo it. I'll have to redo all the listings in there. So, sorry, guys. Let's go on here. We're under a different title.
You can always introduce these two guys. I mean, I'm just saying.
All right, chat. I totally apologize. I have to redo the setup, so I apologize. So I want to say thank you for everybody for being here. We had Stay Puff in the house. We had Evil Comics. We have Captain Comics. Let's
Cap,
put him in
what's
there.
up, Cap?
Yo, Cap, Evil Comics. How you doing, buddy? Stay Puff, buddy. Thank you for being here. Captain Comics. Yo, what's up? Firehawk. Yay.
Firehawk, what's up, buddy?
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Magic Lasso. Awesome.
Lasso, nice.
Sweet. Okay, hold on. Where are we going here? My Animal House. That's awesome. All right. I am so sorry, you guys.
Animal House, I can relate.
Kingdom, buddy, what is up? Nice to see you.
Buddy?
If you haven't seen last week's show, make sure you go check it out. I will have it on the links. But thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, guys. Let's get on with this.
Apologize.
Yeah, well, I got to apologize to my guest. I have to correct that. So anyway, everybody, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Let's get on with the show. Boom. Here we go. Here's my guest for tonight. Wham.
What is going on, community? It is TJ, aka Flash by Night, aka Technically Difficult.
Oh no, TJ! I'm looking at the YouTube. I'm like, where is he? I'm looking at it. No live feed is coming on because I look at the chat on the YouTube. It's under the different title. It started under my next week's guest and not this one. I will have that all corrected for you. I promise.
Oh,
I've got all of your links for your 3 shows that I liked. All that information is on there, you guys. I'll have it all corrected after the show. I am so sorry, TJ. It will be corrected.
It is quite all right. It is quite all right.
Thank you for being here, brother. I really appreciate it. You were you're fantastic. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you for having me on.
Yes, of course. This is a Q&A about you, buddy, TJ. So I've been loving what I've been seeing on your show, by the way. And I have to say, I'm really liking your reviews, your comic book drops, and all the stuff you've been doing. And you've been doing it for quite a while now. Why don't you tell the community a little bit about yourself, what you collect, what you like, all that kind of things. And the boys are going to ask you a bunch of questions, and I will at the end. I'll try not to go squirrel on you.
If we know the secret word to bring
exactly.
You back, so.
Just say squirrel, and I'll be good.
Okay, so I am, as I said before, Flash by Night. I've been reading comic books since what year did Black Panther come out? I want to say 2018, 2019, maybe.
Okay.
So it hadn't been that long.
I was thinking way back there.
I got the urge to read comic books from Captain America, Winter Soldier, because I had this thing where I'm watching the MCU movies, and I've always liked like comic book movies and cartoons and shows and things, but I hadn't particularly linked the idea that the comic book shows and movies may actually come from some kind of content. I'm just thinking that they're writing good shows. And so fast forward to the MCU movies, and I'm watching Captain America, Winter Soldier. Bucky died in the first Captain America, and so there's this Winter Soldier guy, and he's amazing. He's got kind of the abilities of Cap, but he's got a little zing to him. Then there's this fight, which is probably the greatest fight in comic book movies, and I don't know where you rank it in regular movies, but it was a great fight. And then Bucky gets thrown, his mask comes off. Steve says it's Bucky, and I'm like, who thought of that? Where is this writer who thought to make the Winter Soldier Bucky? Somebody deserves an Oscar. Somebody deserves a bonus, something. And then as I go Googling after the movie, which I intended to do back then, I found out that that reveal is like almost as old as I am. I'm like, wait a minute. So the things that are happening in the movies actually come from the comics. Well, I've got to check some of these things out. I've got to go and find out where I can find the comic, where I can find these books. And I've got to go read, because apparently things that are happening in these movies are like happened in the comics. And so that's kind of where I got the urge to read comic books from. And then it took a little while, took a little bit of YouTube and a few times visiting a couple of the shops in town before I actually started reading. And so that's kind of my short comic book origin story.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that's it. It's not too complicated, not too technical. There's that. I'm gonna laugh every time I say the word technical for like next week. But yeah, it's not too
on certain things too. It comes with age.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. It's an old thing because he's a year older than me. So yeah.
That's to remind me every time. California Blend, how you doing, love? Nice to see you. So nice to see you.
Yes, we can see your comments. Just so you know.
Yes, we can see your comments now. I can see your comments. I apologize, everybody. Yes, evil.
But yeah, so now I started reading comics because of Captain America: Winter Soldier, but I have not actually read a Captain America or Winter Soldier comic. Okay. So if you can kind of tell by the name, it's an amalgam of Flash and Moon Knight with a little Werewolf by Night kind of snuck in between there.
Sure.
That's kind of the origin of the name, and those are my those are the two characters I kind of decided to jump into comics with. Flash, because I enjoyed the TV show at the time.
Okay.
Because the whole Harrison Wells is the Reverse Flash thing. The first season was also a big thing. Like I say, all of these things everybody else knows, and I'm like, oh, they did what? and then Moon Knight I kind of chose because I wanted to find a Marine Corps veteran character, and I didn't want to jump straight to the Punisher, which is because I was trying to get away from obvious picks for characters I wanted to latch on to.
Sure.
And so I didn't want to just go straight to the Punisher, even though I say all the time, I say a lot that I'm going to go back and read something, but I never make it back. But I do want to go back and catch up on some of the recent Punisher stuff.
Okay. Gentlemen, do you have some questions for Flash by Night, TJ?
Well, I had one, but he already answered it.
I've got plenty of questions, but I'll tell you, if you're going to read some Punisher, read the Garth Ennis Punisher stuff that he did. The Welcome Back Frank series he did is spectacular. And it's literally the Punisher, no holds barred. There's literally a full page. If you get the graphic, there's a full page, no holes barred, no apologies, no BS, because the Punisher is doing what the Punisher should do in these comics. Which, again, like he's hardcore all the way in. Like the Punisher as the Punisher should be written in modern time, because we're now in a counterculture, right? So now it's all about, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this in comics, you can't do that. Garth Ennis wrote the Punisher as the Punisher should have been written. So if you read Punisher, read Welcome Back Frank.
Okay,
nice, good choice.
Now, I guess is there a special reason for the name Welcome Back Frank? Was he on a hiatus, or did he hang up the rifles or something?
No, he just got way more PC. And Garth Ennis was like, no, you can't do Punisher PC. You've got to do Punisher like Punisher needs to be done, which is no holds barred, just like all the way out Punisher like he should be written. And Ennis pushes the envelope with The Boys, with Preacher, with all the stuff, a lot of stuff he's done in his runs. And he doesn't pull punches.
And he wrote he wrote at least some of the Max series, right? The Punisher Max.
That was mostly Sam Keith doing the art, but I don't remember him actually Ennis doing the stories that I remember. But
okay.
But again, if you're going to read some Punisher, read Welcome Back Frank. You can get it in a graphic novel. It's not expensive, but it's a great read.
Okay.
And it's a no holes barred, no punches pulled, no PC nonsense, just straight out Punisher like Punisher was meant to be in the modern era. Now, the Punisher from his origins used to be pretty brutal too, but then he got way more PC as time went on.
See, I like the war journals.
Yeah, I did.
Right, that was great stuff too. That was great stuff too.
Yep.
But again, as time went on, that got way more docile too, if you remember. And then stuff got canceled because it was too violent, or it was too this, or it was too that.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest. Punisher was a mercenary who was hired to do what? To literally put people down. That was his entire job.
Right.
Yep.
So when you get to the modern era of comic books, they were like, well, we can't really necessarily make the Punisher do that. And he kind of disappeared and didn't become. But again, they try to make the Punisher PC. You can't make the Punisher PC, man.
Right.
Like, that's not who he is. So that's why I'm telling you, read Welcome Back Frank, that run that Garth Ennis did, because it's like the Punisher, like he should be written in modern times, as Ennis did it.
And this also sorry, go ahead.
So I wonder how because I've seen all of the kind of back and forth over the Punisher and over and over his sign, and I can kind of see why a company like Marvel and going in Marvel's direction would maybe tone down Frank some, but I wonder if there's a space, if not in main continuity, if there's a space in a Black Label type deal for Marvel where they could do Punisher.
Yep.
Like
Stay Puft just said it, like in both Marvel Knights and Marvel Max.
Steve,
exactly right.
The Max runs, yes, they were
And
very
the Max
good.
runs was where Ennis did his Welcome Back, Frank.
Okay, gotcha.
So again, like the Marvel Knights was darker too, and that was the stuff that I like too. Marvel Knights was like almost like DC's take on Vertigo. Like Vertigo and DC got very dark, very kind of mythological. But again, Dave Puff said it exactly correctly because Ennis did the Marvel Knights and the Max series, and it was brilliant.
And also, this questions also go out to the chat. So anybody in the chat's got a question for TJ, please ask it in the chat, and I'll post it. And we have a question in the chat, really quick. TJ, this is by Captain Comics, and this was: what was your first live show? Flash by night. Do you like doing live shows or recorded shows?
My personal first live show or my first time live period? Because
I don't know. He's asking either one.
My first time live period was on Captain's channel, doing
nice
shooting the ship.
Nice,
awesome.
Which
I always credit Captain for that because I don't know how much live I would have done if Captain didn't push me to start going live because I'm comfortable recording and kind of editing and putting it out later and everything, but as time goes on I do have a little more fun doing things live and interacting with people and going back and forth and taking input from the people in the chat and everything. So I think the live is better if you have time. Because a lot of times I'm running around like these past few weeks. I've either done something recorded and put it straight out, or recorded and done a premiere because I've been busy with a couple of things and hadn't had time to sit down and do it.
It does take
do
time,
a live comic book day thing.
Monty definitely knows what that's about.
Oh yeah, I used to edit all my stuff and not go live that often, and I did so much editing, and I just got to where I just try to go live now because when I was recording it and putting it out, I did it all in one take, but I put all the fancy bells and whistles and all that stuff in there. And man, that stuff just takes time. And plus my internet is so bad here as far as upload speed. For a 30-minute show, it would take me like 3 hours to upload. I mean, that's and this is the best internet I can get. And I went out and I bought telephone wire that they have on the telephone poles and ran it directly into the room, so it's the same wire as what I'm wired into. And they said, this is as fast as you're going to get, the best you're going to get. We're not offering no more. That's it. Over with. Other than a fiber optic that I could tie into the school, that's the only way I could get any better internet in this small town.
Wow.
So TJ, we have another question in the chat. Evil Comics is asking, does Flash know about the code error, the comic book code error?
I'm gonna say maybe a little more than vaguely. I'm aware of it. I'm not 100% sure whether or not it separated the golden and silver ages or not, but I am aware that at a certain time in history, figures in the government decided that comics are maybe doing a little bit of damage to the youth of America, and they needed to tone some of the comics down and everything, and really shut down a lot of the comics industry for a while
Sure.
until comics. I think I want to say almost solely Stan Lee decided to buck back, and the Comics Code Authority, although they did a lot of talking, couldn't do anything about it once the comics started changing back. That's what I know about it, and also it gave us Barry Allen.
Awesome. That was awesome. His Flash looked into Marvel's story like their history. Yep.
TJ, I got a question for you.
Cool.
Okay, go ahead.
Why YouTube? I mean, did you try any other social media platform before YouTube, or was YouTube the?
I did not. So after learning of and being fascinated by comic books because of the MCU, I did a lot of Googling, which led me to a few YouTube channels where I kind of picked up stuff and learned about comics and learned about certain characters and certain stories and things I need to kind of know. And so I've been watching comic book YouTube as a fan, for a few years. And around maybe a little bit more than a year ago, I was watching the Comic Jabronis channel, and he was going live, and I forgot what I asked him, but he asked me if I collected comic books, and I said, yeah, I started collecting comic books. He's like, well, if you have comics, you have content, you should fire up your phone and get on YouTube. That's kind of the genesis. Is that the Comic Jabroni was like, well, you have comics,
yep,
you have content, go ahead and make something.
Bingo.
And then it took me a few months to get over being nervous about whether or not anybody's going to actually like me, and whether or not I can get everything right. And everybody has all of this great content.
Look at an example. Look at an example. You don't have to feel bad. The damn show screwed up already tonight. I have to re-edit the whole thing. I'm so sorry, TJ. Yeah. I'll fix that.
Oh,
and everybody in the chat, this will be edited later. Because if you're wondering where it went, I'm editing it. I will fix it. And all of TJ's links from his latest 3 videos are going to be down below.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, that's kind of. And like I said, I was nervous because I'm the type of, and this is how I am with everything. But if I'm gonna do something, I want it to be as close to perfect as it can be. And YouTube and content creation just isn't that way. You can't just jump in and be good at it. And so I had to kind of get over that fear first.
Sure.
Well, what's funny is that I think everybody does that. I think, I'm not a YouTube content creator. I jump in a lot of lives. I have a lot of discussions with people, but at the same time, like, I respect all you guys who do this, because let's be honest, it's an art form, and to be really, really good at it and do it really, really well, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of editing, and a lot of things that, like, a lot of people don't understand that go into it. And I think those of you who do this, and again, Flash, you do it very well. And your evolution as you've come along. I love the fact that you go into it and you read books every week and you do reviews. Yes. I think that's amazing.
Very good.
And you try to keep up with current events in comics, and you try to do, like, the weekly stuff that you're picking up and that you're reading. And I love that too. A lot of people don't do that. Again, some friends of mine and I have started doing some comic reviews too, but you've been doing it even far longer than even some of us have. And I think that's amazing. I think that's great.
Yeah, and that kind of comes from. So I know that I've seen on YouTube. There are 2 lanes, kind of. There's the real comic collector lane, yep, with people who buy and get a lot of comics, a lot of books. I'm always amazed at, like, the guys who guys and gals who have like 15 to 20 book hauls every week, and they have all of the variants, and they get the 1 in 25s, the 1 in 50s,
I'll give you a hint. You probably work at a comic book store.
like all of that stuff is like, it's amazing to me, but it's not my lane. I kind of, even though I'm by myself, I kind of coined it. I kind of coined my my mission, team small haul, and so I know my lane is to get 2, 3, 4 books a week, maybe 5 books a week, maybe, and of the ones that I enjoy that I got for the week, to go ahead and put it out and share with people and see if I can get people aboard my bandwagon.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, that's just kind of like for instance, me and Deuce's problem. You know.
Oh yeah, it's a problem for real.
Yeah, it's a problem for me and Deuce.
See, I just don't pick up too much new stuff. I mean, what I got over here is probably the newest stuff. And there's just so much old stuff out there that I enjoy so much better.
Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, I picked up a few new things, but
did.
Yeah, my pull list is pretty ridiculous, and so
mine is too. I'll be honest. Flash by night. Seriously, I like to pick up new things once in a while, but not all the time. It does get expensive, and I like to put my money towards my older books. Like as an example, just recently, I just got done with a big read, and one of the books I just bought was. This was a nice find. I went to the bookstore the other day in town, which is 18 miles away, and they just happened to get some X-Men in. And I got issue 26 for $2.
Get out of town.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Wait.
X-Men,
That 26.
Lean it back the other way.
For $2.
There you go.
$2.
$2.
How in the world did that happen?
It's in good condition. It's not in like near mint, because I know the guy that works there, and I saved him a bunch of money because he was going to sell a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I went through all of his long boxes one day. I was sitting there a whole afternoon. I go, listen, you call me anytime that you get new books in or anything you want to sell, and you give me a good deal on it, and I'll come in and buy them. But I'm going to tell you right now, about 25 of your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books are worth $100 or more, and you got them priced at $5 a book. And I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I'm not a collector of it. A lot of people are, but you can make some money on it. And I pulled them all out and brought them up to the thing, and he appreciated it ever since then. So he always calls me when something cool comes in.
Wow.
So $2. That's all he charged me. So I made him some money, and he saves me $1.
I thought you were gonna say you saved him some money on his car insurance.
Yeah. No.
That would be Geico.
That was
Or the
really
General.
Cool. That was really cool.
He
He's got a big box of Golden Age for me there, so he's been really nice to me. And he's like 20 miles away. But
G-Man, what are you wearing right now? Are you wearing khakis? I hope. Okay, good.
I'm wearing, who's asking? I'm wearing shorts.
He knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
So you're saying this guy's got a big old box of Golden Age comic stash for you, huh?
Yes, he does.
Where's this at?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not telling you.
I have vehicle. I will travel.
Yeah, I know you will. I have another thing I got to say really quick, and this is a big shout out. First, 2 things. One, I'm not interrupting. Just give me. This is the thing I say wrong all the time. Just a second, or I'll be just a sec. Sorry about that. The squirrel is going crazy. I'm sorry.
Squirrel.
I have do a drip. Help me. Brick drop, because Dusty Brick drown. I can't.
Brick drop.
I'll help you out here.
In the house, and I'm totally screwing his name. Big Al, that was for you, buddy. I always do it for Al.
Man, that was rough.
But another big shout out, and this is a community member out there. I got all tongue-tied. Oh my God. So last week I had Jigs Kingdom on. So if you didn't see him, I'll have him the links in the new description list from last week's show. But Jigs was awesome last week, and we did a little bit
awesome.
we did a questionnaire on there about Spider-Man movies, and he let the chat answer the question. And this is a big shout out to Fish Cat Collectibles. And I sent him his book that he won, and he had a choice out of 3 books that I had. I have a full Magic and some Star Wars, and he picked Empire Strikes Back. He just got that in the mail today. I sent it priority mail, so he picked that up today. So big shout out to you, buddy. Thank you very much for supporting the show, and I appreciate it. So that was to him. And now back on to our guest. Sorry, TJ. I appreciate it. So any more questions, gentlemen?
So TJ, your top 2 favorites, obviously Moon Knight and Flash, and you've got some Werewolf by Night in there. If you had to pick 3 other characters in any universe that you would buy and pick up on a regular, what are you reading and what do you like, and how are those characters tied in?
Okay, so right now, my 3rd character is definitely Miles Morales.
Okay.
Let's see, who was any character in any universe?
Yeah, any universe, man. Whatever you're into, whatever you like. I mean, again, it changes week to week. We can all do this, right?
I'll tell you one. Now go back to a point I was making. Is that I have a thing about starting in the middle of things, in the middle of runs, in the middle of shows and things like that. And so I really want a strong jumping on point for the IDW Transformers. Because I love
right now you're going to be hitting my Queen
Optimus
G's
Prime.
heart.
What's that?
You're going to be hitting my Queen G's heart. She likes the Transformers. My wife loves Transformers.
I am a huge Optimus Prime fan.
I'm noticing the one behind you on the desk over there. That was pretty awesome.
Yes. I tell people this story all the time, but I was 86. I was 8 years old, I think, when the Transformers movie came out.
Nice.
And when Optimus Prime died in that movie, I tapped my mom on the shoulder and I basically said, I'm out. And I left the movie theater, and it took until I got outside to realize that you're 8, you can't drive, you can't go home. But I was taking my ball and going home when Optimus Prime died. And you know what? I'm not even mad at Megatron. I still hold a close to 40-year grudge against Hot Rod. To this day, I will never forgive Hot Rod, and I will not forgive Hasbro for finding out that they killed Optimus so they can sell new toys.
What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And Optimus is making this great speech on his deathbed, and you know, one day the Matrix, an Autobot shall rise from our ranks, and the Matrix leadership will use the Matrix to light our darkest hour. When our darkest hour was really Hasbro trying to sell more toys.
Sure.
Right.
Of course.
But yeah, so Optimus would be my 4th character, or my fourth character in that question.
Okay.
Who would be my 5th character? Oh,
I mean, it's just completely random. Like, again, you know, this is one of those rotating questions. Like, if I asked you this in 2, 3, 4, 6 months, it could be different. It could be completely different.
And I said I wouldn't make this question hard, but I'm making it hard anyway. So we're going to go with Casper from 7 Secrets. It's totally out of the ballpark, but I'm enjoying 7 Secrets, and so we'll go with Casper.
Wow. All right. Cool.
So I won't make this any hard. I won't make this like pulling teeth or pulling gray hair.
There you go.
If you pull those, more come back.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
yeah.
In my case, pulled them, they turned red, then they all turned
we
green.
had a
Right.
question in the chat. What was it?
Okay.
Jigs asked this, buddy. This
All right.
was okay. Who do you think Flash is faster than Superman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unequivocally.
And what was it? What was it? It was you said Flash is faster than Superman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Barry. Now I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's always been as exaggerated as Joshua Williamson made it, but during the Flash War, in his run, Wally and Barry were basically racing each other, and after like 2 or 3 times around the world trying to catch those two, Superman was hands on knees trying to catch his breath while those two were still running around the world.
Look at this. Dusty Brick Brown is saying there was a complete uproar when Hasbro killed off Optimus Prime. They received a ton of hate mail. Had Twitter been around at the time, Hasbro would have gotten canceled.
Well, no. From what I hear, I can't remember the exact changes, but from what I hear, they made changes to the upcoming G.I. Joe movie because of the backlash from the Transformers movie. I think Duke was supposed. Is that Duke or Hulk? Whoever the leader of the Joes is, ended up in a coma in the movie. But I think Duke. Duke was the leader. I think the original plan was for Duke to die, and then they got wind of the backlash in Transformers, and instead put him in a coma.
You know, wow. I'm gonna put this. I'm watching in the chat as he puts up stuff. People talking about Superman and Flash. I'm gonna put this to rest right now. I think I'm faster than both of them. Have you ever seen me go when I gotta go to the bathroom? I'm there quick. I run over everybody and everything.
I assume you just came. I assume you just went and got back.
I did 4 times already. Y'all didn't even see me leave.
Didn't even notice.
Zen, buddy, what's up? Nice to see you.
I was going to ask you, Flash by Night. Have you got any? Of course, this is my genre here. Any of the old books? Have you went back to any of the older books and read any of the storylines, like in the Spider-Man or the Hulk or the Avengers or anything like that? Oh. And I ran him off. There he goes.
Say it again. He might have not heard.
All right, I'm back.
Did you hear what he said?
No, I think something happened to my Wi-Fi.
Repeat it again, Monty, buddy.
Well, you know, he only gets one chance. I'm not. No. I was going to ask. I said, you know, you being a new collector and everything, have you had a chance yet to run back and read some of the 70s stories of the Avengers or the Spider-Man or Hulk or any of those and get in those runs and dive into that old stuff yet?
I have not yet. The most older books, and not necessarily older because Moon Knight only came around in 1980, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think I have all of the not modern books I have mostly Moon Knights, but I haven't even gone back to read a lot of them. Because by the time I sneak in maybe 2 or 3 books a week, maybe 4.
I have a question
on my current pool, and it's hard to.
I'm curious.
Go ahead.
TJ, what's your age? Where are you on your age?
I am 42.
All right. You're talking to the right boys. You got to get some older stuff in there. You got to mix it up a lot. You got to mix it up a little bit. We get a lot.
And my intention is to always go back and find some older stuff and check it out. But I've got to make time and
that's the hard part.
It always feels like the clock is just.
It's here's an example. Always. It's like our buddy. It's like my other co-host Jeff that's not on tonight. He's a huge Vampirella crazy. He's Vampirella nuts. He's so close to completing the run, which is congratulations to Jeff. And that's all he focuses on that because he's trying to get a complete run of it. But between us as a community and us as friends, we've kind of let him deep into that silver age and some of that golden age, some of those really good stories, and look them up. And he's been getting into it, and wow, it's like opening up. So really,
and then the other question is where, depending on the character or what you're trying to read, where is a good starting point?
Yeah,
like I wouldn't mind reading a lot of some of Barry Allen's older stuff.
Okay,
but where do you start?
Well, close your eyes and pick a number and say right there. That's all you do, man.
Yeah.
So to be honest, Flash, and I know you're a collector like I am. Like, you try to collect on the bargain, right?
Yes.
So the smart thing is to find a book on the cheap end where you can start and try to collect up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you get into the Golden Age stuff, we all know that gets crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Silver Age can be expensive.
Yep.
Copper Age, depending on what it is, sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's not. So it's really more about your price point, what you want to find, what you're looking for, right?
Right.
And you can always get the trades.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if you're looking for single issues, it's more about what you're comfortable paying the price for what you find. And again, there's plenty of bargains out there that you can find for way cheaper than you think.
Well, actually, the Golden Age, there's a lot of Golden Age cheaper than the Silver Age.
Yes.
That you can go back and get. Even in the what is it? What was Marvel? It was Timely. Then it was what was the name of it? It started with A. Man, I'm getting old.
Atlas.
Yeah, there's a lot of Atlas comics
Yep.
that go back in there. They're a lot cheaper than some of the early Golden Age stuff, especially in the early Avengers and Spider-Mans and X-Men.
Right.
I mean, you can get Golden Age cheaper. But Golden Age is a different read than your Silver and your Bronze Age.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, totally different. And there's terms and slang that is totally, you're sitting there and you read and you go, what? And yeah,
Also,
you just got to get
another
your
thing that
mind
helps
wrapped
too-
around.
But another thing that helps too, if you're not here's a good suggestion for you, buddy, TJ. It's like, if you're wondering about what might be good, the best option is to buy omnibuses or trades of something you're interested in.
Absolutely.
And that will pay, you can pay for like $10-15, sometimes $75 if you're buying the thick ones that have got like 20 books in them.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something you're really interested in, you can go in and read. It will show you the comic, it will show you the series run, and you can read the whole thing. And if you like it and you really want it in your collection as a personal grail or whatever it may be, then you can go and invest the money in buying that. That's one of the really cool options that you can do. That helps. So if
Or
you're like,
Or occasionally you get really, really lucky.
exactly.
Oh, can I address this Magic Lasso statement?
Absolutely. That's why I put it up there.
I saw that book with the death of Iris West, because I believe it's a book with Iris wearing Batgirl's costume. I think it was like a Halloween costume party or whatever, I think. Yeah. I do have the issue, and I haven't read it yet, but I do have the issue where Barry kills the Reverse Flash. And I assume the trial of the Flash happens later. So I may go down that rabbit hole. I'll try that out and see.
Doesn't Reverse Flash run in reverse? Run backwards?
Well, no. He just has reverse colors.
My next question is, one of the things that I'm known for is preservation of comics. And I was going to ask you, how do you preserve your comic books?
Be careful.
I don't yet. Outside of my few short boxes and bagging and boarding, like I don't have a whole bunch of Mylars or top loads or anything.
No, yeah.
Just regular bags and boards. I do need to kind of get into some of that stuff. I have 5 or 6 slabs maybe.
Sure.
But a couple of them I got slabbed just to see what the process was like one day.
Sure.
And a couple of them I got signed, and then a couple of slabs I just saw that I thought were cheap that may jump in the future.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
real quick, shout out to John.
Well, let me state this: your poly bags and your backboards. There is nothing wrong with that when you're starting out collecting, and
Exactly.
they're anywhere from, I would say, 7 to 10 years.
Yes.
But the mistake I made way back was I had all this stuff in poly and boards. And when I went to change it over, I had I think it was 20,000 books I had to change over. And then I found out, if I'd have put all these in Mylars and put all these in acid-free backboards, I wouldn't have had to done this. It took me over a year to change all that stuff out.
Hey man, I went through a similar process not too long ago.
But like 7 to 10 years, I would say, all right. But when you start, getting your books out and having to change those, start looking into maybe stockpiling some Mylar and some acid-free backboards and go in that direction, because you can change them out every 7 to 10 years for the rest of your life, or you can put them in a Mylar. I know the Mylars cost, and that's a big part right there.
It is.
I mean, they are not cheap.
But also too, Flash, and also the best thing too, there's other websites. There's websites out there like eGerber, for example. You can buy them by the 1,000 for $300, and then buy the backing boards for, I think it's what is it for 1,000 on the backing boards? Fullbacks, because I buy the fullbacks.
I buy the halfbacks.
Like $200.
I got to invoice them.
I don't buy the halfbacks, but if you buy in bulk, that saves you money too. And it's worth it in the long run because it'll save you a lot of time.
Buying in bulk is always the way to go.
Yeah.
Just got to find the right thing. But I mean, each to his own. But Monty is right. I had to do that a couple years ago, and then I change out approximately every 7 years on the newer books. So every 7 years, I am meticulous. That's why I hate Scotch tape on my fucking books.
So every time you send them anything, use Scotch tape and nothing but packing peanuts. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, if there is not this on my books in my collection, it hasn't been touched.
Well, I got some horror stories about that daggum
painter's tape.
Tape.
I've never had any bad luck with it, so I've been good with it.
I know the old white stuff used to turn to jelly in the boxes, and the glue turned to jelly, and you can move it around. It's smeared after sitting there for 20 years.
Never a problem.
Now, maybe the new tape may be different, but I know the white tape, when they first come out with it, you'd put it on your bags. In about 20 years, you can take the tape and push on it, and you can move it around. And underneath it, when you peel it off, it's just jelly.
Yep.
Also, another thing too, TJ, which is really cool, and Monty came up with this brilliant idea. When I came across Monty, he did a video of 18-year-old unboxing where he actually he vacuum sealed his long boxes, and he put a date on it, 19 years ago, and he opened it on a show. And shows you what those books look like. They were in fullbacks, in Mylars, face to face, because it's a pain in the butt. That's the other trick too, putting your books face to face instead of back to back, because it keeps the spine in perfect condition.
Clean, right?
Yeah.
Yep, in pristine condition.
When you lay the books up spine to spine, if you'll look, your stack starts going this way.
Yeah,
definitely.
But if you go the other way, they'll stay straight.
Right.
Okay. And you're good. That'll help preserve your collections a little bit better. But enough of that. So yeah, I hate Scotch tape. I'm sorry, guys. Scotch tape is my worst nightmare. Just like gloves. I have rubber gloves everywhere. And if Monty would have seen me earlier, he would have been killing me. Even if it's a reader, he gets mad at me if I don't wear gloves.
Oh, guys, always wear gloves. You know, you're going to have that stuff on your fingers. You can go wash and come back, and 10 minutes later, you got holes on your skin that come out again.
Before I forget, I got to make sure.
That's something I need to start doing, especially on my review shows, because I like to open up the book and show a couple of pages,
of course,
in the book. But I've looked at a couple of books I've done that with afterwards, and I see a nice little thumbprint. Even though I wash my hands, I see a nice little thumbprint
and the bad paper that they're using. That's frustrating.
That's why I wear these.
So really, did you see Monty? Do it again.
Spirit fingers.
Well, really quick, I got to do one more shout out.
Hands.
This is for my Queen G, and this is also a big shout out to Captain Comics and Smiley Tory.
Yeah.
Today we got a package in the mail today, and I got to do this because my sweetheart, just part of the comic book family. And this was to Queen G. I got in the box today, and Queen opened it, and she was so excited. She's now at 125 pops. I started a little monster. That's my fault. Now she's in the pops.
I have definitely contributed to that monster.
To the Queen with love, the Jester, which is Smiley Tory, Captain's wife. And she sent Queen the twins. She's been collecting all of them now. She's just missing one out of this collection. So a big shout out to Smiley Tory. Thank you so much, love. You made Queen G's day. That's all I got to say.
Mad love, Tory. Mad love, Cap. We love you guys. We miss you.
I love you guys.
Yep.
And the reason why I'm shouting them out to you guys big time is because of those two, me and the Deuce would have never met.
That's a fact.
Me and Deuce have so much in common. It's scary.
It's true. It's true. And again, it's all because of Captain Tory. For real. No joke.
It is.
And Flash, I never would have met you either if not for Captain.
Yeah.
Tory.
Right.
Like,
For real.
And it's nice to have good people around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course. Okay,
again,
gentlemen, you got more questions? More questions?
Mr. White Gloves, I also never would have met you if not for this entire collective, obviously.
See?
Well, I tell you what. Thank you, and I'm glad to meet all of you.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? If not for this community, like we would not know the people we know. We would not give what we can give to other people in the community as we do. And again, we always find other things that other people can't find. And that's what's great about this community too, is that we share, you know?
This is my
right
Go
away.
ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Right away, but Dusty, after we got done talking about that, yes. I'm sold on Mylars. They truly are book saver. They are, Dusty. They really are. I mean, he uses the half packs because he's cheap, but that's okay. I use full packs. Yeah.
No. I have no reason to use a fullback when I sit there and I get them and I put them in a box and they're put up and they're not touched again.
Because they're too heavy. That's why.
Now, if I'm putting them around and everything, yeah.
I'm just giving them shit. So you're
I know
good,
you
buddy.
Now, if you see me with halfbacks, it will be too cheap.
No, I use halfbacks. I use halfbacks. Like all of my newer books, they go in halfbacks. You know, in the cheap plastic.
I have, I did buy 1,000 fullbacks here.
Did you?
The last, they were by mistake that's in them, but I still got them.
Was it like $300, $400?
No, they charged me the halfback price.
Oh, good for you! Congratulations!
Yeah,
I think
you got lucky on that for sure.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yep. But yeah.
Okay, so Flash, one more question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Jason.
Are you reading anything independent wise?
Yes, I am. Right now, I am reading. In fact, I got a few of them over.
Sure.
Here.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'm curious. What do you like?
Show everybody, please.
All right. So, first things first. I troll all of the Nightwing readers by telling people this is the best Tom King book on the shelf.
Yeah, I noticed you talking about that.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
That's my book. I gave Eve a shot. Issues 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Curious. I'm curious about
made-
that. Please tell me, because I want to know about that. I don't have them yet.
It's basically a book where you've got a little girl kind of opens up, and she's living with her father, and they're having dinner, and they're talking about future plans and how nice things look and vacation spots. And then one day she wakes up and she's coming out of this pod, and most of the world has ended, and civilization is gone. And there's this robot teddy bear telling her that she's basically been living in the Matrix. And
I'm gonna like that. Then I am going to
Probably will like it too. That sounds like something I'll definitely.
That's awesome. Because the reason why I asked you is I bought a book off an auction because I had too many beers. And I think it was like $25. That I was wondering if that book was any good at all. It looked cool. It looked awesome. I had no idea what it was about. No,
yeah, I think it's pretty good. If I had one drawback to the book so far, I think to be a little girl, she accepted the new world really, really quickly.
Okay.
And caught on to it like a fish out of water, or I guess a fish to water.
Okay. I understand.
But outside of that, I think it has a good premise, and the last page of issue 2 has me curious to keep going with issue 3.
Okay.
So we're going to see if I can catch up with that.
Cool. No, I kind of like that. That's right up my alley. I like that.
Now, I missed issue 2 of this, but
go ahead.
I want to find an issue of Time After Time or Time Before Time. I always want to say Time After Time because
that's what I see when I see
the movie.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time after time.
Either Time After Time or Land Before Time. One or the other. But no, Time Before Time was pretty good. I missed issue 2. I've got to find issue 2 somewhere. I pre-ordered it, but my pre-orders from Comic Hub are 50-50 a lot of times. And my LCS doesn't order a lot of indies on their own. So if I don't pre-order something or something doesn't come in that I pre-ordered, then I may miss it. And that was the case with Time Before Time. I want to make a joke, but I'm gonna stutter through it. But yeah. And then of course I was talking about Bunny Mask earlier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm getting into.
we're gonna follow Bunny Mask and see how this plays out, because
give us your honest opinion. What you think?
I am intrigued. I thought it was really good.
What was it weak on? Tell us what it was weak on. It's your opinion. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
Well, I'm trying to find a weak spot because I don't read really critically.
Okay.
And so I kind of read to see if there's a story I like, if there's a character I like.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, TJ.
Okay.
The reason why I'm asking that question. Okay.
Okay.
And I was talking to somebody earlier tonight. By the big shout out. Big shout out to Carlito is in the house. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Here's an example of what I asked you. I read this, and I am actually going to give it a second shot.
Okay.
But the book drove me insane, and it was this one. Okay.
You promised me darkness. Is that what it is? Yeah.
I actually I read it twice. And basically what it is the character that's in this called the Everything. And it seems like he's talking to a person in the book, but in literally he's talking to you as the reader. Okay? But it's not just that. It's so all over the place, and it's black and white. It's very dark, but it's like he's giving you a history synopsis of what's going on. It starts with Haley's Comet. Then it goes to Marilyn Manson. Then it goes to Another story of a demon. Yes.
Marilyn Manson, really?
Yes. No, sorry, not Marilyn Manson. Charles Manson.
Charles
Sorry.
Manson. I was like,
His cousin.
I was like,
that Manson.
beautiful people coming.
I knew he was going to say that. I screwed up. Sorry. Thank you, Deuce. I appreciate that. Okay, that he's in there. But when you look at this character in there, he's like looking at you in the book, and it's like, what is this writer trying to tell you in this book? And a lot of my buddies are like, oh, I couldn't stand it. And I'm like, I'm willing to give this a second shot. That's why I was asking you about that book.
Yeah.
Because that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't and see, and so in this probably comes from not reading or not being a long time reader, but I don't read as critically as other people do. I think that kind of I won't say gives me an advantage, but like I don't as long as I kind of like the character and like the story,
yeah.
Then I give something a shot. You really have to do something egregious in your story to make me frown or make me think I shouldn't have got this. It really has to be egregious.
Yeah, look at this right away. Dusty, he says, I'm reading that one as well, Rob. It's confusing the hell out of me.
No,
Dusty, seriously, give it a chance. I would give it one more chance. I'm willing to give a book one more chance. Unless it really pisses me off, I won't buy it again. But I'm giving it a chance.
Well, now that you got this straight, it's not Marilyn. It's Marilyn Manson, not
Charles.
Marilyn. Yeah, Charles Manson, not Marilyn Manson.
It's got Charles Manson in it,
and not Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
maybe you can figure it out.
Oh,
my thing is this. So my thing is this, like with comics, because they're like a serial, right? So you can't just like read one book and give it like your honest opinion. You've got to read like 2 or 3 of them and then figure out if that book's for you.
Right.
Because the story takes time to develop. It's like trying to watch like the very first pilot of a series and going, oh, this is terrible, I hate it.
Yeah.
Right. And then the next thing you know, it's a worldwide phenomenon. You're like, wait, I hated it because you didn't really give it time to develop and like get the story going. Like how many people watched Game of Thrones when it first came out and the first episode came out? They introduced like 25 characters and everybody's like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? But then you watch it for like 6 months, you're like, oh, I get it. This guy's this guy's that. They do this, they do that. Blah 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 blah. That's what character development's all about, right? So
I think that people only watch that because of the boobies.
No, you know why I watched it?
And the violence.
I'll be honest about Game of Thrones. It took me a couple years, even after it was off the air, to watch I wanted to watch it right through. Me and Miss G wanted to watch that all the way through without interruption. We went through it in about 3 weeks. We watched the whole thing. My favorite thing out of all of Game of Thrones, I'm a huge dragon fan. And it's been very little dragon movies that have been out there that have impressed me. Okay. And the dragons in it were phenomenal. The Dragon Queen was awesome. The war scenes were epic for an HBO, which was unbelievable. The whole dead scene, the war with the dead, the dead army was impressive. That blew me away. And the scene with who was it that got buried by all those bodies in the middle of a battlefield? That was just like epic, totally epic. Now the whole zombie thing, that was kind of turning us off a little bit, and the ending was kind of disappointing. A lot of people were pissed off about the ending, but I was okay with it. I expected the way it ended, and now they're bringing out more with the dragons.
So wait, there were zombies in Game of Thrones?
Pretty much, it was a dead army.
They basically were
it was a dead army.
The dead army. They basically were the night king would resurrect pretty much.
Yes. So everything. They
were the White Walkers.
The White Walkers, everything that they killed wound up being part of their army. So that's how their army grew. Dude,
Well,
it's very impressive.
The Night King could resurrect anything dead in his land.
Anything.
Huh.
See, I never
Horses,
I haven't
giants,
never watched one episode.
Really?
Not one episode.
Not one.
Nope.
It's
not
so
one.
good, Monty.
I am in that corner. Like I said before, I have issues coming in the middle of things, and I didn't learn about Game of Thrones until it was on its like second or third season.
Yep.
And I can't jump in the middle of a show. I've got to watch it from the beginning.
Now you
Well,
can.
and
You still can with streaming now as it is. You can go back and watch anything you want to.
Yeah, but
As long as you're not around the water cooler, like hearing all the
time
stories week to week.
I have to devote my whole life to that to catch up. At least that's how it feels.
Well, no, but again, I can say the same thing about comic books. Let's be honest, because we are all so far. I'll be honest myself. I'm so far behind in my reading.
Right.
And I know what I'm like. I know what
I'm sorry, but I have to. Carlito, I love you, buddy, but Rain of Fire, it was okay. Here's my issue with that. I have a problem. I want my dragons. I have a thing about dragons, and not every movie that's made a dragon. I'm sorry, a talking dragon. It doesn't work for me. Even if it has Sean Connery's voice in it, it doesn't work for me. All right, the dragon's got to look real, and I might be old school, and might be an old part, but my favorite, and it took 40 minutes. The movie was weak. Was Dragon Slayer?
Dragon Slayer.
That was a wraith dragon and a wizard. All you have to do is wait an hour and a half, just go from beginning and to the end of the movie, and that's all you need to watch.
I love Disney's. I love Disney's Puff the Magic Dragon. You know.
Say it again.
I love Disney's Puff the Magic Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon is actually great.
Yeah, now that is actually good. I watched all of it.
Was good. That was good.
What movie was that? What dragon movie was that with Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale?
That was Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
And it was okay. It was okay.
Wait. Did a dragon talk in that movie?
No.
Okay,
No.
I thought you said a dragon talked in that movie.
Yes, there's movies that they had dragons with Sean Connery's voice talking.
Yeah.
With it, and I can't remember what it was called.
Okay,
Now-
gotcha.
Now I gotta say, the new Hobbit series, where Smaug talked,
That's different.
That was
That was
different.
a beautiful golden dragon, and he was
Benedict
guarding
Cumberbatch.
a gold hoard. That was
Benedict-
excellent.
Benedict Cumberbatch actually voiced Smaug,
That was excellent.
and that was brilliant. And
That's
that
an
was
exception to the rule.
I love
There's
it.
exceptions to every rule.
It says Dusty's here saying, "How about the Disney Beats Dragon movie, Monty?"
Yeah,
Yes.
that was it. I called it Puff.
He was
but yeah, I
invisible.
love that
You've
You've
movie.
never seen him.
Peach Dragon.
I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking about like where they make the dragon real. I'm talking the realism behind the dragon. There's very few in between. That's what I'm talking about. I was a huge D&D fan, so I'm kind of picky about the dragons. That's
Me
just
too.
That's
Me
just
too.
me. Yeah. And
But Smaug and Tiamat. Tiamat was also a classic because Tiamat spoke as well, but Tiamat was a three-headed dragon.
Yep. But
And
anyway,
Tiamat-
we're getting off subject. Squirrel
Well,
guys.
speaking
Sorry
of
about
speaking
that.
of dragons, I gotta go drain mine right quick. I'll be back.
well played.
I'll be
sir.
right back.
Well played. Yeah, Game
Yeah.
of Thrones. Game
Yeah,
of Thrones.
Carlito,
Badass dragon
absolutely.
for sure.
All I gotta say, TJ, is the dragons in this in Game of Thrones, bam, top notch. From
I
David,
may try. I may
just
go
give it
back
a shot. And
and
trust me,
and
it's good.
and
There's some
take a
weak,
swing at it.
there's some weak stuff, and the thing about Game of Thrones that they did really well as the writer is they would piss you off, pull you in, and then throw you away, and then do it again. And then throw you away. You would get mad and then get happy, and then you get mad and then happy at the evil person, and then feel sorry for the evil person, and then get mad at the evil person again.
It's like a good classic drama. It's like a good
It-
comic. Like a great
Game of
comic.
Thrones was very well done.
It's like a great comic book, man. Like you hate the villain and you love the good guy, but each time they pull you in with a new story.
There it
and they
is.
make it make
There
sense.
it is. Evil Comics said it. Dragonheart with Sean Connery. That movie. Oh man, what were they doing? But I get it. Trust me, I get it. No offense to people who loved it. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. I just have a pickiness about dragons. Okay.
No,
so
turn that off. Don't tell Evil. Yeah, Evils. Don't put the last comment up. I'm just saying, yeah.
So
No
really
spoilers,
quick,
man.
okay, here's an example of what we're talking about. While we were talking about comics, and talking about ideas. So I was showing you earlier, and everybody out there who has not seen this or read it, all I got to say is this is just my opinion, but I think this is awesome. And this was Incredible Hulk. I just got this.
Yeah, I gotta try to find one of those for sure.
And this is the Incredible Hulk, Time of the Monsters. And what you are thinking, I know what you all are thinking. You're thinking, oh, this is another Incredible Hulk. Nope. This is a one shot. And I wish there was more. Yeah, this is a spoiler. Sorry about that. But there's two stories in here, and it's a horror story, and it stars in Jordan in the year 2500 BC, something like that. And it's about a crater, and something falls in the crater. I don't want to give too much spoilers away. And then there's more of a modern horror story in it. This is a horror story, but if you look at this book, and there's something that Evil had mentioned earlier, it looks like a porthole that Hulk is going to walk through. Could there be more stories? Is this a test of just an example? But I have to tell you guys, not just the cover and not just the stories, but the artwork in here is really good. You guys definitely go.
Now I haven't read Immortal Hulk, but I've heard a lot about this green door. So I don't know if that green door.
It's called the Immortal Hulk: Time of Monsters.
Yeah,
that's the name of the title. It's not just the Immortal Hulk or the Incredible Hulk. This is Time of Monsters. So it's totally different, you guys, compared to what you're thinking. If you're a monster fan and you like scary stories or just like that genre, definitely give this a chance. It's worth it. And I got this as there was a YouTuber. Oh, it's frustrating me. I cannot remember her name. It was a woman that did a review on this that turned me on to this. And this was, I'm very happy. Happy I got that.
I gotta go back and watch How to Train Your Dragon again. It got away from me.
I still have not watched the third movie yet. I put off the third movie because I was afraid something was gonna happen.
Now, see, that was a good movie. I like
it. Sad. It was sad at the end, man.
You talking about How You Train Your Dragon?
I've got nieces and nephews.
No, the last movie. I won't spoil it for you, but it was sad.
Well,
made me cry.
The sadness I was afraid of. I told one of my coworkers that a lot of times I'm a big softie in movies, and I'm like, if this is gonna happen, I don't even want to watch the movie. And so she watches the movie and says, no, it didn't happen. And so I'm like, okay, I can watch the movie. But I hadn't got to it
yet. See, is that you talking about your wifey?
No. No, no. Okay, she laughs whenever I cry at movies. She thinks it's funny.
Oh, mine.
But if I get any kind of sadness, happiness, any kind of real emotion in the movie, and I kind of feel it.
Yeah, that movie hits you. That means it's a good movie.
You know, I've noticed the older I get, the more emotional I get. I'm serious, man. I'll be sitting there watching a movie, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there going, man.
What the hell?
Okay,
who's cutting onions?
Here's a funny
good movie. If it hits you in some way.
No, it'd be a movie I watched 20 times, and I'm watching it older, and I'm going, really?
Okay, now listen to this. So, if you watch a movie that you're dialed into emotionally, right?
Yep.
And you turn the music off of it and just hear the dialogue, it doesn't affect you at all.
Right.
Nope.
I can see that.
Same thing with scary movies. Like they set you up with the music, right? So the music sets the tone for the emotion.
Hey,
I can see that.
Very true. Here's one for you. Here's one from Evil. It says, "Does your wife or others support your hobby, Flash?"
She does, as well as two of my other friends. I've been to one con this year in Huntsville, and
And I'm sorry.
whenever she's been to two cons with me, and she knows that I have. So I'm extroverted in a way that I will talk to anybody.
Sure.
If people come up to me, people invite me to talk, bring me into a conversation. I'm there. We can be there 1, 2, 3 hours or whatever. I don't mind. But I have an introverted side, which doesn't allow me, for some reason, to approach people.
Sure.
Like if somebody approaches me, we can talk all day long. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what you look like, how tall you are, any of that stuff. We can talk about anything. But me approaching people doesn't work. And so she'll see me look at a certain cosplayer or whatever, and she'll see me look at them, but no, I'm not gonna go say anything. And so she'll go over and say, "Hey, my husband wants to get a picture or something." And that's the thing.
So she's assertive.
That sounds like a good wingman.
She's the assertive one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so she was actually. I joked around and said she was my PR person at the Huntsville Comic Con because by then I've got this Flash by Night persona and set up, and so my other two friends actually made Flash by Night T-shirts for all four of us to go to the con with, and people that she thinks that I want to talk to, but I'm not going up to, she'll just go and go talk to them, or either she'll grab me and she'll tug me along, go talk to this person. So yeah, she's my PR person. I'm just here with the phone.
She's trying to get you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Right.
My wife is always like, "You're just a social butterfly. I don't have to worry about you. I'll talk to everybody."
like I said, if somebody comes up to me, or if I'm in the middle of a group and a discussion comes up, I'm all in. But I just there's something about approaching people, even if like cosplayers that go to cons, they go to be seen, and they go to get pictures and things like that. So it's not like I'm disturbing somebody who doesn't want to be disturbed.
Sure.
But I just don't approach people like that. I don't know. It's a thing.
Oh, I do. I approach them all. They just love me.
But if I get approached, it's okay.
I get it. No, I totally get it. Any more questions for TJ tonight? Deuce?
What's your favorite artist?
There we go.
Top three.
I guess
in no particular order.
Okay, so I guess I go with my standbys, Clayton Crane, Art Germ, and
surprised.
The Germ.
The Germ.
Who? I'm trying to think of the person who did the interiors for the Flash book during the Williamson run. It wasn't Jock. Was it Jock?
Jock?
Maybe
Jock?
Yeah.
Did what? Which one?
Does he do interiors or does he do?
No, he usually just does the covers.
Okay. But I do like his covers also.
Yes, his covers are excellent. Because I'm a Jock fan as well.
Yeah. I go with those three. That I'm probably missing somebody.
Jock and Art Germ, and who else was the other one?
And Clayton Crane.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't say Kent Sienkiewicz because he does so many Moon Knight stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? See,
Sienkiewicz is brilliant. I love Sienkiewicz, and I'm a huge fan of his.
In fact, I've got his signature on that Moon Knight book back there.
See, I'm saying, like, again, I got a bunch of stuff too from him, and I love Sienkiewicz.
And I think he did that Transformers. I think he did a few Transformers covers. Yeah. See, that's why I can't do lists because I'll leave somebody out if I don't write
Well,
things down.
we all do. We all do. That's
It's
normal.
all
We all
good.
do.
Yeah,
Don't feel bad.
We all
It's
do.
great,
But
buddy.
like I chase Sienkiewicz covers. I chase Sienkiewicz art. I chase Frank Miller stuff. I chase Frazetta stuff. Bernie Wrightson. Like those are just like, if I can find old school Art Adams, okay. If I can find old school Jack Kirby. I mean, those are just guys that I'm into. So I mean, I get that.
And that's who and I need to get more into older artists. I know I should do that. I mean, I know them by name,
Sure.
but I don't know them by work, if that makes sense.
It does.
But you will. But you will. That's just it. Like once you get into somebody, that art wise, you'll be all about it.
Do you have any favorite villains? Evil Comics is asking.
Favorite villains? Great question.
I've always said that there ought to be a Carnage ought to take over Moon Knight.
The symbiote.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that would be.
That'd be sick.
He's already got 3 personalities. Now he's Jack Carnage.
Well, there is a venomized pop of Moon Knight, which would kind of quantify that.
Right. That would be.
But we need a storyline. We need a complete storyline.
Oh, I agree.
Yep, I agree with you, Dusty. There.
That would be interesting. Having like whether it's Carnage or Venom or any symbiote that's inside Moon Knight's head, talking to Mark and Jake and Steven and maybe Khonshu, just all of them in his head, just doing whatever they're gonna do.
Right.
Deciding
on a plan. Favorite hero? Do you have a favorite hero, Flash?
Favorite hero? Probably Barry Allen. Favorite anti-hero?
Yeah.
Probably Punisher. Just by name recognition.
Makes sense.
Yeah, probably Punisher. I saw that favorite villain, and favorite villain has to be Reverse Flash. He is who I call the pettiest of all villains. Because Reverse Flash can't really kill Barry Allen.
Right.
Because Barry Allen's existence is the reason for Reverse Flash wanting to be a scientist and getting into the Speed Force and stuff in the future. So if there is no Barry Allen, then the Reverse Flash can't do what he does. But like Reverse Flash, he can come back in time and kill Flash's friends and family and make things and push young Barry Allen down the steps so young Barry Allen can break his elbow. Of course, he comes back and kills Barry's mother, which makes Barry the Flash. And so he comes back in time and does petty things around the Flash because he really can't kill the Flash without getting rid of himself.
That's like the Batman and Joker, right? They can't one exist without the other, right?
Right. Well, I mean, technically, if one kills the other, then the other one can get on with his life. I think if Reverse Flash killed the Flash, he may just disintegrate into time dust or something. I don't know.
I definitely would say the Joker would not exist quite the same without Batman for sure.
Right. He may be bored to death and not know what to do with his time, or maybe choose a new hair color or something.
Maybe actually go straight and like not actually want to do anything but hang out and watch TV.
He actually becomes a real comedian.
Right.
Let's see. Grail I want to have.
Yeah. The Grail book that you love that you have in your collection. Dusty asked.
That I'd love to have in my collection. Werewolf by Night 32 is automatic.
Nice.
Which I think is still obtainable if I really hustle at it. I forget the issue. It's DC Showcase something where that's the first Barry Allen. That I think is a little bit more out of the stratosphere that I'd like to have.
Okay.
But I think Werewolf by Night 32, which is the first Moon Knight, And is Flash 129 the first Reverse Flash? Those two I like to have and are more obtainable than the first Barry Allen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monty's got some. What is up with the bell? Where's the bell coming from?
I'm backing up.
Sorry, my bad.
Monty's got something he wants to share with the community. Monty.
All right.
I do.
Yeah, you do. You did have something special you did on Friday. What was that?
Oh, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, I kind of overdid it.
Yeah, you did.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, like I said,
Don't tell me that. I know what talked about overdoing is.
Yeah. You and me both.
Yeah, we both do.
anyway, we had a signing with Sam De La Rosa there at our comic shop and everything. So I picked up a couple of variants and had him sign them. This is my first one right here.
Look at his signature. I love it.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
And then we went ahead and bought that variant, and he signed that one.
Very cool.
And of course, I like that cover so much, I got it again.
The cover's so nice, you bought it twice.
Yeah. Then, we got to get the original one, and he signed it in white up there. So,
Nice.
Wow.
I really dig that cover. I really do. So
I
that's why
like
I
that
got
one
it.
too. I like that one.
That's why I got it
Here
again.
it comes.
That's one of my favorite ones.
And he signed that one on orange up top.
Okay, I see.
So then I seen this one. And I said, all right, well, I might as well.
Right.
So he signed that one and everything.
Guys,
So,
you don't know Monty like I do.
and I really love this one. This is a beautiful cover to me. This one right here. He signed it at the bottom in
wow.
orange and
I like
everything.
that pops. I like the way his name pops.
And then, I like the sword, so went ahead and got this cover.
Right.
We signed it on top and everything. So, and this one really, really, really caught my eye. So I went ahead and got it. So, and he signed it on the bottom right there. So,
Right.
yeah. So, and this was amazing when I seen it. And
What did it cost you to get them all signed, Monty?
we won't discuss that. There's that one right there.
Like his signature, I really do. You get
And this right here had to be another one. So, and there's his signature up top again on that one.
Right.
unbelievable.
And this is my personal favorite out of the bunch, and it's pretty cool. This is this one,
Nice.
and his signature on bottom. Look at that, in baby blue.
That
So-
looks like it. That's beautiful.
So that's what I picked up. I picked up probably every variant they had. I don't know. But, you know, I got multiple runs of Venom. I've been a Venom fan for a long time. And I've got multiples of the Donny Cates series. I got multiple runs of that. And I was picking up. I know that I have 5 or 6 complete runs of the Donny Cates stuff.
Wow.
So, and it's the same way with the Immortal Hulk, too. I mean, I was picking that up from the very beginning. I just have awesome amounts of that, too. So, yeah, call me ignorant, call me stupid, but that's why I'm a collector.
No, you're not stupid. It's just
I just bought a lot of them. And that's not even half the stuff I bought.
No, I know. I bet it wasn't.
You know, I bought some old stuff, and
Yeah, I love the old stuff. Gentlemen, do you have any more questions before I ask my last 2 questions? Because it's been going on for we've been on for an hour and a half, gentlemen.
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good too.
You're good? Okay.
Well, before we get
Go
to
ahead,
questions,
Go ahead.
can I show something off real quick?
Absolutely. You go
So-
ahead.
So this is one of my favorite little collecting works.
Sure.
One of the things I kind of collect on the side. For those who don't know, I'm a Marine Corps vet, and so I collect Marine Corps
Thank
books.
you for your service, by the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Simplify.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good for me. I actually grew up a lot in the Marines. It really helped me
I
out.
bet you did. Do you
Sure.
believe that every kid that's 18 should actually join the military just to grow up a little bit or serve its country? for at least a couple of years?
I think there's an argument to be made that I'd at least like
I think
some
max
kind
2
of
years.
some kind of boot campish activity,
Something.
or something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Okay.
I think extending it beyond that may be close to drafting and
Sure.
and that would be a big hoopla.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
I do think kind of a discipline type
That's what I mean.
something would be nice when as you hit 18.
Right. Okay.
But
Go back to
being a Marine,
yes.
I do like the Iwo Jima Monument homage covers.
Nice.
And so I've got a few of them. I've got this what is this? The Mask #3.
Nice.
I got this from the Gino Bonino, I think.
Yeah.
I forget Gino.
I know
I forget
Gino.
Gino's whole name, but I got it from Gino.
Yes. Good guy.
And then I got 2 copies of I found one yesterday, but this Action Comics, I think it's 608. Oh no, 805. I'm sorry.
Very cool. I can see
With
it.
with the Superman's cape as the flag.
Yep.
And then I found these yesterday. Got a Justice League with the American flag on it.
Sweet.
And then I have one with the Connecticut flag. Now, my question is, because I've seen one with a Puerto Rican flag in a couple of other states. So I'm wondering if they did all 50 states like this. And if they did, if that's a rabbit hole I can afford to go down. But yeah, so outside of my little Fighting Marines books,
I like
and things
that.
like that.
Definitely.
I do like the Iwo Jima homage colors.
Okay. Nice to know. That's cool. I like that. I like the old military ones myself. I have a few.
Right. And
Very
I had heard of the name Charlton Comics.
Sure.
And then I started picking up the Fighting Marines books.
Yeah.
And it took a minute for me to put 2 + 2 together and think that this little Charlton sign in the corner.
Yeah.
Is that the Charlton they're talking about?
Indeed.
So,
yes, it is.
yeah. So
Yes,
it took me a little while to put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, that's awesome. Big shout out to Sanimation. Thank you, Sandy, for being here. Appreciate it.
All right.
From the Netherlands. Thank you
Oh,
for being
Hello,
Thank you.
Sanimation.
Thank you.
here. I love it. All right. Are you ready for the big question? The 2 questions I ask all my guests on this show?
I am.
Absolutely. Okay, good. Here we go. Do you have any inspirational thoughts or ideas for the community as a whole, TJ?
I think my inspirational thought for the community is and it sounds simple, but keep the community part of the community in mind. Make sure you keep your fellow collectors, fellow readers, in mind. Make sure you take care of each other. Make sure you love each other. Make sure you stop and make sure you understand each other. Kind of treat each other how you. Oh, okay. So I have.
All right, you go ahead.
I went through a class recently,
Sure.
and I learned the correction of this. But make sure you treat each other how you want to be treated, and then try to treat each other how they would want to be treated. So, basically treat each other. We say community, but treat each other. Make sure you keep the community in mind when you're interacting with each other. Have patience for each other. Share with each other. Listen to each other. All that good stuff. Just keep the community part of the community in mind. And I think that's probably the most inspirational thing I could think of is just be good to people and be good community members.
Awesome. Bravo.
Golfers clap. Golfers clap.
Well said. Well
I
said.
absolutely agree.
Yes.
Completely.
Very nice.
You know, and I wish the whole world would do that.
Gosh, so do I.
Yeah, it's
rough.
a thing. It's hard.
There's a lot of clicks.
Badass crazy out there.
I was talking to a coworker of mine, and I told her, I said that I believe wholeheartedly that for 85 to 90% of us people, if you get us in small rooms with each other, 1-on-1, small groups, 3, 4, 5 people, no matter what everybody's thinking about, we can talk about anything. And I think most of us are rational and can handle it.
Of course,
I agree.
But when you multiply it times a few 100 million, and you got money behind it, and all of this stuff we're not supposed to talk about in this show, it gets haywire. But I think 1-on-1, I think most of us are different than we perceive us to be when we see it through the lens of TV and social media and stuff. Yeah.
Real quick,
I agree.
Mike, buddy. Nice to see you, buddy. Awesome. Well said. We got well said. That was excellent. I agree. Big hand clap. All right, you ready for the next question?
Okay.
The next question I ask everybody is this. Here we go. What does thinking outside the box mean to you?
I think for me, thinking outside the box is just not following the crowd.
Nice. Yeah, I like this.
Kind of if everybody's going left, I want to see what's over to the right. I may end up going left, but I want to see what's over on the right side. I kind of do that with my collecting, where, as I said before, when I decided I was gonna read comics, I wanted a Marine Corps character, a character that was a Marine veteran. If I asked people who I should follow in that vein, most answers I would think would be the Punisher.
Yep.
And so I didn't want to go that route. And if I chose a DC book and I said who's the best character to follow in DC, I would assume that 80 to 90% of the answers would be Batman or Superman. I didn't want to do that. And so I took this test called the Myers-Briggs test. If you ever get a chance to take it and see what your personality is like,
I know what it is.
I would. Yep. Aha. And so I am an ESTJ, and so I'm really literal, and I don't think outside the box all that well.
Sure.
But I do know how not to follow the crowd. Yeah. And so a lot of times I think
you do your own thing.
Yeah, for me, thinking outside the box is just not following the crowd.
Sure.
Now, not following the crowd has led me away from a few books that are very valuable nowadays. So that always work out.
Let me ask you too, though,
okay.
TJ. Are you happy?
Am I happy?
In general.
In general, yes.
Yeah. Okay, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else in the world thinks.
Right.
They can just walk away. It's that simple.
Right.
But, dude, that was well answered. Bravo.
Thank you.
Nicely done, man. Nicely done.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Gentlemen, that was excellent, TJ. So, gentlemen, you got any more questions for DJ?
So, TJ, any new books you're looking forward to on the horizon?
Any new books on the horizon
that you're looking forward to reading?
July 21st, Marvel finally unless it gets pushed back again, Marvel finally gives me a new Moon Knight book.
A new Moon Knight. I knew that was coming for sure.
So I need that. Outside, DC is letting. I think Chuck Brown is the guy who writes Bitter Root, and they're letting him write a mini series on Black Manta.
Okay.
I want to check that out. Even though I don't think I've read an Aquaman book, but I do want to check out Black Manta because he seems like a character who's, even though he's a villain.
Yeah, he's a villain, but he's
Like
interesting.
he seems like one of those villains with a decent story behind him.
Sure.
And because he's kind of like,
you need to go back and read this Submariner before Aquaman.
Yes, you do. That's because it's Marvel. Understand something, TJ. First of all, Monty is a huge Marvel. He's got very little DC. He has DC, but he has very little. But it's all good.
Wait, that is that the King of Atlantis with the winged feet?
Yeah,
Of course.
I'm going to ask forever how he got winged feet.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you, if you do get interested in reading him,
Yes.
find Submariner issue 25. You could probably find it in a $20 or $10, $5 bin. Look for issue 25 of Submariner. That will be his origin story. So if they ever decide to do a movie, and this is just my opinion, but I'm going to tell you, you won't be disappointed with that. He is an asshole. Submariner
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick, but he's a cool character.
for sure.
In the Marvel universe, he's kind of a dick. He is.
I know he has a penchant for hitting on Sue Storm.
Oh, all the women. It's just all the women. But that's just like
all
Kirk
the
Star Trek.
women.
That's just like Star Trek. Captain Kirk. Come on, give me a
Oh,
break.
goodness. He's
But
like,
anyway.
let me get to the surface. Where's the clue?
Yeah. But on another note, what you were talking about when you were saying, talking about Aquaman, Aquaman is good. I enjoyed that as well. There's some really good stories on it.
Let me see what other stories.
Now, some of the best Aquaman stuff they actually put out there was back in the day when Jay Lee.
Roman Curtis is in the house. Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
His run.
Say it again, buddy.
So wing feet. It's Uncle Roman.
Uncle Roman's in the house.
All right.
When Jay Lee did his run on Aquaman back in the day, that was some of the best stuff that I've ever seen done with Aquaman. But that's been a long time ago. So.
Okay, awesome.
Namor is a douche.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And I might like him for that reason. I may have to check him out.
You
But
said
he's
you
cool.
like anti-heroes. That's an anti-hero.
He is an anti-hero.
I veered away from Superman. I think because of probably what a lot of people say is he's a little too clean. I want my characters to have a little bit of dust on them.
Of course, a little.
So,
Namor is like super arrogant too.
Yeah, he is.
So that's the other like angle. Like he's better than everyone. He knows it. He's gonna prove it. And then he gets beat up, and then like he beats up other people. So again, that's just who Namor is. He's always been that guy. Always.
But that's like Damian Wayne. So I hadn't read a whole lot about Damian Wayne, but I picked up the new Robin book, and everybody's been talking about it. And people talk about it. Period. How he's kind of arrogant, and how he kind of talks. He talks trash and everything.
Sure.
Like I like that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but Namor started that way and has never really been much different, honestly.
Nothing wrong. Well, it probably is something wrong with that, but there's nothing wrong with that in the books.
Right.
Like kids don't act like this at home.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice. All right. So we're boiling this down. You just changed your hat.
Yeah, I had to represent here. You know.
I knew it.
We were talking DC there for a while, so I had to get the statement across.
All right. We're going to wind it down here.
Okay.
Buddy, Monty, you got anything coming down the pipeline, buddy?
I don't know.
Come on. tell people what's going on.
Eventually I'm going to get started back on my channel, man. I've just been doing a lot of work and update. I will try to get some pictures out of my comic kingdom. The barn is up. The electricity is in the back wall. We're going to start running the electricity around for the plugs and everything. And I got to get my ceiling truss to put my production lights and stuff on and it's moving along. I'll see if I can get some pictures out on my channel or do a video or something. And other than that, it's work, garden,
Very
family,
cool,
work, and work.
Always important.
That's about it.
Okay.
And hopefully me and Kyle will get back together and finish our alien
videos. I would
videos.
like you to do that. I honestly would really like
when things get where I can get back to it. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm going to get with Kyle and we'll go back and talk about alien stuff.
Cool. Monty, thank you so much, buddy. Stick around.
You're quite welcome.
What's the deuce, buddy? What's up?
What's going on, man? I show up at random lives. I get all kinds
You're
of
always
stuff.
going to be my co-host, and someday
I will happily join you anytime.
Thank you, buddy.
I do all kind of random different interviews and different formats and lives. So
I appreciate it,
I kind of show up when people need me and want me, and so be it. So
always want you, buddy. You're more than welcome any time of the week.
at random, it's the best. So
Cool. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Sticking around.
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And TJ, buddy, what you got coming? What you got working on? Go ahead. Tell the community.
Just your normal trying to get to New Comic Book Day and trying to put out New Comic Book Day hauls. I'm in the future going to start sending off graded stuff so I can have some graded content.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I'll tell you, the grading thing can get expensive.
I'm not gonna get. I say I'm not gonna get carried away. But,
buy what you like, buddy. Seriously,
Yeah.
don't buy what you're forced and people like all the hype.
No.
Buy what
We're not gonna go too crazy.
Yep.
It's either something I like or an opportunity that just jumps out. Like
Sure.
that Bunny Mask #1. I grabbed a month ago. I grabbed these exclusives for Bunny
I've
Mask
seen that
#1.
video. I will have that video
and-
posted, by the way. It was awesome. I got that book.
Yeah,
It was
and so
brilliant.
they were, and so I saw them, and they were $40 for the set, but one was 300 print, and one was 200 print, and I jumped out and like, well, let me grab these because even exclusives usually are like 3,000 print and like maybe 1,000 for the version, but
Sure.
these are like 200 and 300 print.
Sure.
So I'll grab these and see what happens to them. And so opportunities like that I may jump on every once in a while. But I try to stay, like I said before, I try to stay in my lane and grab a few books a week, read them, review them, everything. Nothing too extravagant for right now. If things change, if I hit a gold mine, if I win the lottery or something, maybe I'll roll in with a bunch of big books, back the comic brake trucks up to the house. But yeah, I'm basically doing New Comic Book Day hauls, reviewing books, and if anything comes to mind, I'm thinking about and I want to do it before it gets too late, but I'm thinking about rewatching Wonder Woman 88. Not 88, 84.
Yep.
And doing a in defense of Wonder Woman video because it's not the greatest movie in the world, but it does have some things I like, and I think it may have gotten the worst rap than it deserves. So I may do something like that. I have a couple of counterculture ideas, comic book, movie, and show wise. So we'll see how that goes. And
She stole Spider-Man's swing.
Too funny.
and apparently it looked like she swam in the air. Her mode of flying, I don't.
That's
know
what I
that
heard.
was.
That's what I heard from Stay Puft. Sean was telling me that earlier.
I
Looked like a
didn't
about that. The
I
flying.
didn't mind. I didn't mind that she learned how to fly, but she was kind of awkward.
All
looked
over
like a duck walking on the moon.
And the last thing I'm gonna do at least for the next month because it's gonna be over soon.
Sure.
But people are afraid of the Clone Saga. The Clone Saga is only 4 issues, so y'all can read it. It's not. I don't know how long the other Clone Sagas were, 20, 30, 40 books. This is only 4 issues, so you can pick it up. And I still think that there may be a Ben Riley type character to come out of here. So
okay,
yeah. So I've been grabbing these as I can find them. Plus, I kind of like the story. The clones in this story are kind of different than what I would think.
Sure.
Because there's 3 of them, and I don't think they're necessarily bad.
Okay, that's okay.
So we're gonna continue to check that out, and yeah, look forward to my Moon Knight book.
When's your next show?
Jed McKay is writing it.
Okay, when's your next show? My
next show, it'll hopefully be Wednesday, no later than Friday. I'm working on a management class and hopefully a management opportunity sometime soon. And so I'm trying to devote a little bit of extra time to prep for that, which is kind of throwing my video schedule off. So maybe after July August, I'll really be able to have a set schedule and not be up and down all the time.
Buddy.
What's that?
Definitely be looking forward to it. Cool.
But yeah, I'll be around though. I'll be around. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, excellent. And you're more than welcome anytime to come back. Okay.
All right.
Absolutely, please. You were awesome guest tonight. Thank you very much. And
I appreciate you for having me on.
Absolutely. And I got to answer the question. We got Roman Curtis in the question here. So Roman Curtis, you're asking, how do I apply for a guest co-host on the show? All you have to do, brother, is call me, text me. If you're not too busy with thorough shows or doing your own thing, just give me a jingle. You're Uncle Roman. You're more than welcome. Just give me a jingle, buddy, anytime.
His phone number is 1-800. How's my driving?
You got my number, Roman. Come on,
Uncle Roman is the funniest. Is one of the funniest
I love
people.
Uncle Roman.
Uncle Roman's awesome. If you ever watch if you ever get to catch Thorough's
absolutely
his Indie Spotlight show
all the time.
When Darth Roman shows up, that's when the show really gets good.
Yes, it does.
Darth Curtis. I'm sorry, Darth Curtis.
Darth Curtis. That's exactly right. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Stick around. Flash by Night, thank you so much. Sir. You were a wonderful guest. You're welcome back anytime. What's the Deuce, Mr. White Gloves? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we are out of here. You're very welcome, you guys. So, really quick, you guys. So, love, peace. Blessed be, guys, and we'll see you next Saturday in the Nerdy Collective Show. And with the right titling on the bottom, I'm going to quote this. Love you guys. Love you, community. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and subscribe to all my guests down below. Thank you so much, you guys. And we are out.